to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about fractured minds, and it's going to be the second part. There are 4 parts, but I am going to be looking into Super Soldier program, which I'm going to be doing a whole lot more about on that, because there's so much to go through. But next time, which will be in a couple of days, because unfortunately I am a little bit behind, but I am catching up, unfortunately. But I will be hopefully doing 2 videos a week. I'm doing a bit of college work at the moment, so it's trying to do a bit of both, but it will be soon, I promise. So if you haven't seen all my videos, please do. They are on the link below. A little bit on the super soldiers, like the idea and where it came from. So it actually came from Germany in World War II, just before World War II. So it came in Germany just before World War II. Serum that was to enhance the body and the mind. And it was about 1930, Abraham Esken, I hope I say this right, Abraham Esken, and his idea was that if you put like a syrup in someone, then it would alter their mind and their body, so they'd be able to perform better. And there is this thing where they think that it was actually used because of all the nasty stuff that was happening and the experiments. It wouldn't surprise me, but no one actually knows what was in it. And then you've got like the fictional part, you've got Hulk. I know that's a bit different, as you have an injection, you get powers basically, you're enhanced, he's bigger, better, stronger. Then you've got the paranormal and alien element into it as well. You know, in the after the war, especially after the war, there were a lot more like flying saucers, people were being abducted by aliens, lots more weird phenomena. And then you have Max Spiers, who's caught in the middle of it. And then you have the programs as well, with the mind control, MK Ultra mind control. I mean, I wouldn't put it past the government. I would not put it past them. I mean, what are they up to? I'd like to know. So we're going to try and find out. So stick about, because I am going to be doing a lot of investigation on this, but I am going to be doing ghost stuff as well in between, and hopefully by, say, about October-ish, I'm hoping to be able to get out and do some investigations, but it all depends on the pandemic at the moment, which is obviously devastating at the moment. So please stick about, and here we go.
There are a number of different ways to traumatize, to split the mind of the child.
Max Spiers, a British conspiracy theorist, died on a sofa in Warsaw, Poland in July 2016. How he died is still a mystery. Max was obsessed by conspiracies, but with something darker going on in his life.
Sometimes he would need someone to sit with him, and literally hold his hand, and just be with him.
Yeah. Isn't it get something like
he got ushered out.
He got ushered out. That was interesting.
One night, I was sleeping and he saw light beaming through his window.
They used to look for flying saucers out the window. My dad lived in Broadstairs over the ocean, and he bought beautiful big binoculars, and they used to look together.
He looked.
Yeah, that's what it was covering, with the aliens and stuff. Like, people do actually witness this stuff.
The mountain, he got up and went to look what he saw.
There was this program called Monkey Magic, and he would imagine himself to be.
Must be scary though, and then not to have anyone actually believe that you actually saw these things.
Showing interest in otherworldly stuff.
The women coming out were people, but I noticed they had a sort of V shape on the neck. I ran home to tell anyone. Next morning I found out they were from this
It was quite
earth,
interesting.
that they had been bitten by some sort of creature.
I remember seeing a lot of witches. I would be taken out of my bed. I'd sort of float up above my bed, through the roof of the house, up further and further, and I'd go through a set of black
I
clouds.
don't think so.
And when they were bitten, they were brainwashed.
So he just would make me laugh all the time. We would play little games.
There was a fatherly bit to him.
Interesting.
Yes, it was definitely.
I was saying earlier about the MK
He was
Ultra.
absolutely outstanding to me. Me and him were incredibly close. I mainly think about him the most when I'm by myself. Actually, that's kind of like one of the hardest things is when I'm alone. He was very, very charismatic. He wouldn't like hide his beliefs. He would try and put it out there. It's one of the main things I really loved about him.
People were really fond of Max. He always seemed to leave an impression. Miles first met Max at a Super Soldier conference in Nevada, and they became good friends.
Well, I do interviews, and rather than setting it all up and having tripods over the place,
Oh, yeah, I
when I
bet.
built this place, I decided to put this lighting grid on it. I can make it do different colours.
Did I have a disco in here?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Let's think of some horrible ailment that you might have. Backache, yeah?
Yeah, backache.
It won't take a second.
Is it though? Forewarned is forearmed, Miles. What's going to happen?
Well, what will happen is you will feel a sensation. That's quite expensive stuff.
Whoa! Whoa! Ow! 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 I can see my skin moving.
Yeah.
No.
What's actually happening is your hair is progressively turning into
Perfect. This one is curly red.
Okay.
Yeah. Max's friends who shared his beliefs definitely read more than others into Max's thoughts and behaviours, particularly
Okay. It's kind of hard to.
Is extremely intelligent.
It's like
Fun guy, in love.
there's like parts of it where I can get aboard, and then there's like other parts where I just think it's completely insane.
He did recreational drugs, he drank like hell, and he had a good time. Now, when I met him in Canterbury, we were...
Yeah, I mean, he looks like a great guy. It's hard to believe that someone would want to murder him. He looks like a good guy.
Making a big show of walking around the place.
There he is, smiling and happy.
Trigger. One of the things that this is the whole point about these children is that you
There's the other thing.
program.
Did people take advantage of his nice nature?
So they behave in different ways according to what
Yes,
you want.
and with a trigger word, which is what's called a trigger word, bingo,
Interesting.
Miles is suggesting here that Max, if I've got this right, could be switched on and off into
I'd
different
love to
states
know
very
these other
suddenly.
people
He
are
even goes on
supposedly
to suggest
involved.
One of the signatures of programming is addictive behaviors.
MK Ultra again. This sounds like they're saying things that we already know about.
Max's relationships in his job.
I do want to look into
He
it
did
more
something,
closely.
jumped over something perfectly, wasn't drunk, nothing. Jumped over something, managed to land awkwardly and got a crack in the stomach. Went to hospital in America and they gave him one of those powerful drugs, either Oxycontin or either Percocet, and it created a really big problem. Really big problem.
Oxycontin and Percocet are very common prescription opiates used in the States, and overprescribing of this kind of drug has caused a big rise in heroin addicts
Wow.
in America. Did he experiment?
That is a big problem. Big problem.
Only once he couldn't think of it.
It's really hard as well when you dependent on drugs and trying to get a breakout from that circle.
That leads us to the point of when
And it only takes for you to hurt your back,
and perhaps he was out of his
and it can mess your whole life up forever.
relapse.
So yeah, he was back on power.
Max had sought help for his addiction in the past, but the way that Miles talks about it, that his addiction was actually controlled by extraterrestrial forces, is pretty extreme.
It's called trauma-induced mind control. You put the individual into a state of trauma, so their normal personality
Maybe he was running from someone.
wants to get out of that trauma. It wants to kill them.
An addiction can
And
take
once
you
that
to
happens,
many different
bingo, you
places.
shatter the individual's personality, and then the person who's done that can control that. You can have a couple hundred different personalities.
That just sounds like addiction though, but you've given it a face.
No, that's why it's the trauma in the which causes you to go for the addiction.
This is about a lot of people though.
I
Does
wonder
that
if
mean
that's
that everybody
not
who's had
quite a
trauma in their
dangerous
life is
explanation for
brainwashed?
addiction. Could it stop somebody from
Doesn't
getting the
really-
help that they need? Take a
I
look
mean,
at
you were
this.
affected, but don't you
It
mean
was
say you
recorded apparently 4
brainwashed?
days before Max died in Poland. The interviewer is a man called Alex Spiers. He knew Max and also Monica very well.
Hi, today we are with Max Spiers again, and we are recording only the voice because we don't have a good place to record the camera.
This appears to be the last interview ever recorded with Max.
I mean,
I think it's important, not
No,
because of
I have to
what
warn you,
he
this
said,
is pretty bad.
but how he said it.
First letter A, last letter O, so we have alpha to the omega. So we have we have a full controlling system by...
They should have stopped this interview. His speech is all slurred.
Helping me out there when I said that A to the O.
Yeah, it sounds really high.
Having a kind of like dry mouth
Yeah.
as well.
Like tacky.
yeah, I mean, that's all we can do. Yeah, that's all we can do.
An hour and 15 minutes long.
You look like being attacked now. I feel like...
I mean, she looks a bit puzzled by the whole
I don't
thing.
know about your paperwork. I don't know about your paperwork. So we will need the full report.
I heard in there.
As usual, yeah. I mean,
You can hear this? Heard it. You heard it? Yeah, those words.
It's like a woman's voice going in the background. Okay, there's another sign. Says after about 30 minutes, Max almost fell asleep.
Yeah, it's not
So
good.
we decided to take a break, let him jump on the trampoline to refresh for a few minutes. To start the interview from the beginning, we recorded his jumping.
yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Kind of removal of your consciousness for some time. You felt bad, but now you are back. Yeah. Yes. So what did you feel? What happened physically?
Yeah, we just wanted to. Yeah.
Yeah, they basically had to get him to go jump on a trampoline because he was something out of his face.
So,
At that point,
first topic,
she just stopped.
I'm quite tired, so just letting you know.
My name's He was in such a dreadful state. Oh, we can't film this guy. But
Why
you
at
can
that
hear
point
him.
why
Hear
didn't they call an
him, you know,
ambulance? They could see he wasn't right.
and gurgling, and it's horrendous.
My face feels on fire.
Just yeah. There's nothing we can really do about it now. Even though he told you we can't. If we absolutely won't.
thank you for the interview, for sharing
So,
this difficult stuff.
Oh, you're
No.
right. Very well.
Okay.
Thank you.
I think he sounds as if he's got...
I mean, he's not himself. I mean, you've seen him in previous interviews and he's speaking
I can't
fine.
believe that anybody would release an interview like that.
So it's quite disturbing.
Yes.
3 days after he died, I
Yeah,
think.
2 or 3 days after. My belief is that probably... I think he's dying in that. I think he's absolutely dying. Another reason why I want to listen to it. I think that was the end.
She looked
Alex
horrified, didn't
Spiers
she?
doesn't want to talk to us about Max at all, but I'm hoping Monica DeVal can
Definitely, that sounds like he did.
We know she was
Something's
there
not
when he
right.
died. Were those some of the final words of
3
Max
days
Spiers?
after he
And will
died.
any of the
They
people
would have
who
known
were
he
laughing
died.
at him break their silence?
Profiting from somebody dying. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
They should be ashamed of themselves.
I think we've inherited this beat anyway. So I don't think yeah, that might be it.
This is next time, which we're going to have a little break and then we'll get back to this.